Any question? No? Okay, fine. So yesterday we were discussing about like what are the possible ways that we can define a number and like number formats which JavaScript allows basically. So we have seen yesterday we can write like the decimal number, floating point numbers, isn't it? So again, we are going to start with that. Yesterday we have seen, okay, let me do one thing. I'm going to define a variable called num, okay, and in num I can write simply 1 or 10 like this. So this is 10 decimal value. We can write 10.98. So this is floating point number. Another one is we can write exponential values. Okay, so we have seen yesterday this one also. Then we have seen, excuse me, octal numbers. So right now this is 9. Okay, so if you'll give 17, you'll get 15. So this is octal values. Another way to represent any octal value, simply you can write 0 and then capital O or a small o. So here we are getting that value in octal format. So you can represent any value if you want to just provide here as octal value. Just you need to add this one, either 0 before any number as a prefix or 0 O. Okay, now we can even pass the hexadecimal value. Just prefix you need to add 0 small x or either capital X and then F, or whatever means hexadecimal. I'm saying that value you can pass if you are simply typing ACF. So ACF, these are the like valid hexadecimal values. So you will get this one 2767. Okay, in that format, hexadecimal format. If you want to represent a binary number, simply you need to add a prefix called 0 B, either in a small case or in caps. Then you need to pass the binary values here, and in binary the name itself is stating that we can pass only two values, either 0 or 1. So with that combination we can pass any value here. Let's say 10, that is 2. So if I'm going to add here 1000 like this 8. So binary values also you can pass. Okay, you need to write infinity. Okay, I should be in caps. This is a number, because here if you will check the type, no, type of num right now, that is number only. You can see infinity is also number. Another value here we have for numbers that we can pass, that is NaN. That is not a number. So if you'll check again, type of num, that is also a number. And infinity you can pass in plus or in minus. Okay, so you are getting here, see, minus infinity. 0 by 1, 0. 1 by 0, you are getting infinity. But in some other programming languages, if you will divide 1 by 0, so you will get divide by 0 error. But here in JavaScript, it is possible to divide, just you will get one value called infinity. Okay, that is also a number. Fine. So this is all about number. Now tell me one thing, if I'm going to write simply like this, 200, comma, 300, comma, 500. What will be the output? Anyone? What will be the output for this one?
500.
500 or 200?
500.
Why so?
500.
Anyone can tell me like why it is? The reason?
Because it's printed latest value from right hand side.
Last one from right hand side. Why so? Why it is not taking the first one?
I'm just guessing.
Yeah, you are right that it will print 500 only, but the reason behind this, anyone knows that? Okay, fine. See, if you will check the associativity here, first precedence. So this is also one operator. This is also one operator. So comma, if you will check the table, associativity or precedence table, okay. JavaScript. Yeah, here only if you'll check the table. Hmm. So the least priority is for, you can say, what is that? Comma. Fine. So here, if you'll check, there is no other operator. We have just comma only. So I was saying that here I don't have to check the precedence because here also we have comma operator and here also we have comma operators. So it is obvious that the precedence will be same. So I need to check here what associativity. So that is left to right, means it is going to perform operation from which direction to which direction? From left to right. Okay. So the basically the comma is kind of separator here, if you will see. Okay, fine. So at a time, one variable can hold just one number. So it will assign this one first here. Okay, here. It will not assign actually the precedence here we have that is higher. So it will check here, this one. Okay. Then it will proceed for the next one. It will just discard this one. It will go for the next one. Again, here we have a comma. So it will go for the last one. And finally, we do not have any operator for this one. So it is just evaluating, means it is going from left to right. It is not doing anything else. Now what is happening here? The last value here we have 500. And after that, you can see here, 1 second. Sorry, 1 second. I missed one thing here. Where is that equal to? Here. Yes. So this assignment operator here we have, and precedence is for this one, you can see is 2, and for comma 1. So every time whenever it will check here, no, first it will assign here. 200 is going to be assigned here in num. Then immediately it will go for that 300. It will assign here. So the first value will be replaced with 300. And the last one here we have 500. So 500 will replace that 300. So the finally the value is here we have, that is 500, you can see. Okay. Any question? See here 500 only we have. Okay. So whenever you are using comma, then you need to remember the precedence will be always
So
low.
when we return 500, 200 and 300,
Huh.
then it will return means 300, na?
500.
Means can you just alternate these numbers and reverse this number?
Yeah, always do remember the last one, whatever we have the value, it will return that value only. But why
Okay.
it is returning the last value, that I was explaining, because it will check the precedence. Directly you can say it will take last. Okay, but you have a different combination over here, some operations you are performing here, means interviewer may confuse you actually here at the time, they'll try to confuse you with the different expressions. So always remember the, like, you need to check whenever you are going for any expression, you need to check here the operators, precedence, then associativity. Based on that only try to evaluate that expression. Okay, and here it is, you can see we have just two comma. So for those comma, you can see in the precedence table the precedence will be same, and here we have the list precedence for this one. Then we will go for the associativity, it will go from left to right. So last value will be assigned to the num. So I was explaining about the numbers. Now let's say if I'm giving here like this, what will be the output? That is underscore, not minus. Anyone can tell me what will be the output? Error. No. So this is also valid here, you know. So they have introduced this concept, you know why? Because if you write simply like this 200 300 500, so this is a like big number, so it is very difficult to remember. So as we write normally in like decimal values, like if you have to write 1 lakh, so simply let's say you are writing like this. Means just I'm giving one example. Okay, like this. So in the same way you can write here in JavaScript. So here we are getting 0. You know why we are getting 0? Because it will start from left, we have comma, so last one is 0, so it will just returning 0. It is just returning 0 here. But instead of that, simply if you'll write 1, instead of comma you can write here like this 0 0, and then again underscore 0 0 0, so you will get 1 lakh. So this is the last representation in number that you can write, and this is also possible. Okay, fine. With the number formats which you can define, or you can initialize these values, or you can assign these values in any identifier. Okay, all good? Any question, anything you can ask. Now we are going to start the bitwise operator. No questions? Okay, fine. So now we are going to start like the last operator here we left with, that is bitwise operator. Anyone knows like what exactly bitwise operator is? Anyone? Or in real time where we can use this? No? Okay, fine. So I'm going to show you the first bitwise
It's
operator. Yeah, please go ahead.
like I mean, basically, it's used for like manipulating data,
Yes, for
a
encryption
bit
and
level,
decryption.
yeah, encryption and yeah.
Yeah, so in real time, like generally a normal developer actually do not use these things, but we have these possibilities that if you're going to develop some application where you want to manipulate the bits, okay,
Like
then
single byte of computer memory. Okay.
yeah, Or if you have a stream of character and you want to just replace some character with some other uh, value or any other character, then you can go with the bitwise operator. So here we have the first one is and. So in normally logical and was like this, and percent and ampersand. But here we have, simply this one bitwise operator as and. So how actually it is going to work, that we will see. Okay, so the first one is and bitwise operator. So tell me if I'm writing like this, 2 and 1, what will be the output? Anyone can tell me?
One.
No. Anyone else? If I'm writing here simply like this, logical and, then what will be the output?
The
Then I
first
think it
one,
will be.
One,
It will be
Then I
1.
think it will be one.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But if I'm writing
zero,
like this one,
zero.
maybe
then why
error.
is 0?
Because and operator exactly opposite thing of and. Uh,
And
output is
operator.
zero, then it will be print as output is one, then it will be print as zero, and if zero, it will be print as one.
Okay, fine. Let's say here we have
Error.
5.
There's a lot to throw like error like
No, see here, like if you're writing like this, you will get 0. That is correct. But as she said, like if I'm writing 1, so it will return 0. If I'm writing 0, then it will return 1. So what if I'm writing here 5, 2 and 5? What will be the output?
Again zero.
Again 0. Sure. Why?
Same thing means as per my knowledge.
So how actually you are evaluating this one is returning 0?
Actually, I learned operators. Then in that operator, simple and is working like one, and otherwise all zero. Just like this operator is exactly doing opposite thing. Means
Okay.
1 1, it's
What if
it
I'm
will be
giving 7
0.
and 5?
both are true.
Now 1 or 0?
I confused.
So that's
According
why
to Shaunati.
Mm.
Okay.
it is 5.
Mm.
If you'll give here, let's say 4, you will get 4. How it is working? If you don't know the like the logic behind this, how it is working, you will get confused, isn't it? If you are giving here 3, you are getting 1. Neither 5, neither 0, neither 3. It is returning 1. How? So that we will see here. Okay. So what it is doing, as I'm saying, bitwise, bit. So generally we use this term bits in binary. Okay. 1 bit, 2 bit, 3 bits, like that. Okay. So for that, let's say I'm just going to take the first scenario. Here we have 2 and 1. So if you will convert this 2 into binary, okay, let me do one thing. Let me open the open board here. We have one table. If you want to convert any decimal number into binary, if you are not aware of, then what you can do is simply from right side I'm writing, okay, 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many bits are there? If you'll count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and here we have 7, and then 8. Total 8 bits are there. So whatever bitwise operator we are using, that you can note down, that is 32 bits binary number. 32 bits I'm saying, but here I'm taking just 8 bits. Okay, so why I'm taking 2 here, 2 to the power 0? Because when I'm saying binary, okay, so binary means by, here by means 2. So we have just possibilities here that we can write just two numbers, 0 and 1. So total numbers are here, you can see 2. So that's why I'm taking base as 2. And from right hand side, I'm starting this one, 2 to the power 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So n to the power 0. So whatever number you have, you will get 1, isn't it? 2 to the power 1 means 2. 2 to the power 2 means 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. Okay. So let's say here we have this table. Okay. Like this. So now we have here, let's say here we have 7. This is in decimal. If you have to convert this 7 in binary, what you have to do, you have to check this table. Okay, from right hand side. See here, 1 is greater than 7. So we cannot place anything here. 2 is also, sorry, 7 is greater than 1. So we cannot place this one here in this index. 2 is also less than 7. 4 is also less than 7. 8 is greater than 7. So we cannot place here. So we can do one thing. We'll write simply here 1, 2 also. If I'm writing 1 here, let's say here I'm writing 1. If I'm writing 1, okay. So 1 means I need total number is 7. So if I'm writing 1 here, means I'm using this bit. So what you have to do, just minus that number from there. So still you need 3. You can write 1 here. So minus 2 means 2 also you have counted here. So you left with 1. So you can write here 1. So if you are using these bits, like hit and miss kind of thing. So if you are using these bits, simply write 1. If you're not using, that is 0. So before that number, if we have just 0, you can skip those values. So finally, what value we have here? 1, 1, 1. So in binary, 1, 1, 1, if you are writing, that is equivalent to 7. Okay. Now, if you'll see here in this case, in the first example, if you want the binary value for 2 and binary value for 1. So what you have to do? For 2, you can simply write 1 here, and you need to, and in this column you can see you have written here as 1. So here simply you can write 2, and the last bit you have to put it as 0. So in decimal you are writing like this 2, and in binary you need to write 1 and 0. Okay. If you have on the right hand side any 0, that you need to consider. If you have left side, you can skip that. And for 1, simply here you have to write 1. So you can simply write like this. 2 is this one and 1 is this. So now apply the AND logic. So if 0, 0 means 0, 1 is what? 0, and 1, 0 is also 0. So what it is doing here, it will first try to convert these values in binary and then it will compare each bit, and then it will try to again convert that value into decimal internally, and then it is showing the result. So here you are getting 0, because here you have final result as 0. So for 2, you can see here, for 2 in binary representation you need to write 1 and 0, and for 1, if I'm writing simply 1, you can add one prefix as a 0 here. You can consider this one. So 0 and 1 is 0 as per the AND logical AND gate truth table. 0 1 is 0, 1 0 is also 0. Fine. Everyone, is that clear? Okay. Now tell me one thing. What if you have like 9 and 11? So I'm getting 9. How it is working? So directly what I'm going to do, I'm going to convert this 9 into binary. So how you can do that? So we have one method that you can use. Let's say 9 dot to string and just pass the radix here. So base 2. So for 9 you will get 1001, and for 11 you will get 1011. Okay. So here we are getting for 9 in binary 1001 binary. That's why I'm using here base 2. So compare now these bits from right. 1 and 1 as per the AND gate, what will be the output? Tell me.
1.
Oh, 1. Okay. Now 0 and 1 from right side you need to compare, or left side also you can do, but you need to remember that the bits, total number of bits you need to count. Here we have 4, here also we have 4, so we can either compare from the left side or right side, that is okay. Okay, so here we have 1, left side also you can compare. 1 and 1 is 1, then 0 and 0 is
0.
0. Fine. Now 0 and 1 is
0.
0. 1 and 1 is
1.
So this value is equivalent to this or not?
Yes.
So this is the equivalent binary number of what? 9.
9.
That's why it is giving you 9 here. Understood the logic? Now let's say here we have 17. You are getting 1, and here we have 11. So how it is working? Same thing you can do. First one is what? 17, and second one is what? 11. Okay, so as you can see in this case, here we have 5 bits and here we have 4 bits. So always compare from the right side. Okay, so the rightmost bit is here 1, and here is 1. So as per the, because we are comparing with the AND gate, no, so as per this logic, if you will apply that truth table uh, rule, so 1 and 1 is, tell me.
1.
1. Fine. Now the second bit is here from right side is 0, and here is 1, then
0.
0. Third bit is 0, and here third bit is 0, so it will be
0.
again 0. Fourth bit is 0, and fourth bit is here 1, so it will be
0.
0.
0. And here we have the last bit is 1, and here we do not have any bit, so you need to consider this one as 0. So 1 and 0 is again 0. So you are getting this number. Okay, so 0 0 0 0 1. Okay, so this is equivalent to 1, so that's why you are getting here 1. Understood? Or you want me to demonstrate with some other examples also?
One more.
Is okay, fine. Let's say here we have 23. No, I'm getting this 70. No, so I'll take something else. 30. Here we have 17, here we have 30. Okay, I'm getting 16 here. Fine. So what I will do, I'll first convert the 17. I'm getting this one. Next value is 30. So if you'll see here, we have total 5 bits, 5 bits. So we can compare either from left side or right side. Now you can tell me 1 and 1 is,
One.
as per the AND gate, 1. Next one, 1 second. After this, 0 and 1 is
Zero.
0.
Zero.
0 and 1 is 0. 0 and 1 is
Zero.
0. 1 and 0 is
Zero.
0. So now I'm going to show you, this is a binary number, not the decimal. I'm going to show you this one. Simply what you need to do is, we have one method called parse int. Okay, paste this number and pass the radix. So this is equivalent to 16. Okay, so that's why here you are getting 16. So what exactly it is doing here? First, it will convert internally into binary, and then it will compare bitwise. Okay, for those two operands. And finally, whatever value it will get in binary, it will try to convert into again decimal, and it is returning you in decimal only. Now, here, let's say if I'm writing 0b instead of converting that, and 1 0 0 0 0. Simply without using this method, if you're writing like this, it will give you a decimal number, isn't it? So this is a binary representation, and it is giving you in decimal. So you do not have to use this one. The shorthand you can use shortcut. Okay, is that clear? So now you can simply say here, like, if we'll convert simply like this one, here we have this value. So pass this one in binary itself and use AND 0b and 30. You are getting 16. So any representation you can use here for that number. Okay. Now, is that clear? How it is working?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Now, if you understood this one, easily you can answer that one also. The another operator which we are going to use, that is bitwise OR operator. Okay. So let's say I'm taking again, I'm just giving here the same number 17 and 30. 17 and 30. Okay. 17 and bitwise operator, here you have to use this one instead of this logical OR. Here we have to give just one. Now you have those bits here, bit values. Okay. Now tell me the output for this one. What will be the output? Anyone? It is 31. Okay. So how it is 31? Compare these bits. 0 and 1 as per the OR table rule. 0 and 1 is what? From left side only compare. 1 and 0. Sorry, 1 and 1 here we have, no? Here we have 1 and 1 is what? 1 and 1 is
1.
1. Then next value is what?
1.
0 and 1 is again
1.
1. Then 0 and 1 is again
1.
1. Then 0 and 1 is again
1.
1. And here 1 and 0 is again
1. 1.
1. So we are getting this value. So just add 0b, you will get the equivalent number, that is 31. So if you understood that, and it is very easy. Just you need to think like that, how it is evaluating, and then immediately you can answer. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Now we have third operator. Okay, third one, that is bitwise operator, that is exclusive OR. Okay, so the truth table for exclusive OR is, if the both values are same for A and B, both operand values are same, you will get 0. If both are different, then only you will get 1. Okay, what I'm saying? If the both values are, let's say here we have 0 space 0 is equal to, you will get 0. If you have 0 and 1, you will get 1. If you have 1 and 0, then you will get 1. If you have 1 and 1, you will get 0. Understood what I was trying to say? If you have both values, means both the operand values is same, either 0 0 or 1 1, you will get 0. If you have two different values, then only you will get 1. So this is the truth table for exclusive OR. So now if I'm writing 2 shift 6, you need to use these keys, shift and 6, then 5. So you are getting here 7. By seeing that, in this example, you can say it is adding. How about this? You are getting 0. How about this? You are getting 6. Okay, so how actually it is working? Again, it will try to convert these things in bits, and then it will compare bitwise. Okay, so simple. So let's say here we have this one, no? 17 and 30. We'll compare with that only. 17 and 30. So that binary value already we have, so we can go with that one. 17 exclusive OR 30, we are getting 15. How? Now compare this one. 1 and 1.
Zero.
As per this truth table is what? 1 and 1
Zero.
is what? 0.
0.
Exactly. The next value what we have here? 0 and 1.
1.
So 1. Now 0 and 1.
1.
1. Again 0 and 1.
1.
1. And last one is 1 and 0.
1.
1. Okay. So just if I'll add 0b, you will get 15. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Exclusive OR is also clear.
Yes.
Okay. So here, if you'll understand the first one, these three are like very easy. Now the fourth one here, we have the fourth bitwise operator. You want me to explain this one also? You know
Yes.
the truth table, you can just check like that. No, this is easy.
Fine, fine.
Yeah. So now the fourth one here we have, that is you can say the complement operator here, that we are going to use as a tilde operator. Okay. So if you are going to write here, let's say, anyone knows about this? If I'm writing, let's say this one, 7, what will be the output? Anyone can tell me? Basically, here also it is going to convert this value in binary, and it will invert the bits. If you have
It
0, it
will
will
like a second complement, right?
yes, 2's complements value you will get.
Yeah, two's complement.
Yes. So 2's complements you will get, but if you are not familiar with that 2's complements value, I'm not going deeper into that, like that is number system things. Again, I need to add that in the 1's complement, then I have to convert into in 2's complements. So The basically here you can remember one formula that I'll give you. Okay, no need to do that like one's complements and two's complements things. So if you want to understand like how actually it is working, you can check how actually two's complements works in binary system, that you can search. But in interview,
Actually,
if yeah,
it's increase directly. It's increased by 1 and negative sign. Is it right? Yeah. Means
yes,
just
yes,
like output is 8 and 2's complement and it's minus. Means just shortcut.
yes, yes. uh, there only I'm coming on that point only. So simply like if in interview, if anyone is asking, simply you can do one thing. If you're writing like this like complement 7, okay, then it is giving you -8. So the simple formula is n plus 1 whole negation value, you can say negative value. So if you have 7 here, so 7 plus 1 is 8, and then apply here minus. If you have -7, then this is the formula actually. Okay, if you have -7, you will get 6. How it is working? See, -7. So it will evaluate internally first inside the bracket, isn't it? So -7 and +1 is what? Minus -6. And -6 and minus is what? Plus. See, it will evaluate like this. And then you have here one negative sign. So minus minus is plus. You are getting here 6. So the basically for this complement bitwise operator, you can remember this formula, n plus 1 whole, and then you have to apply as a prefix this one minus sign. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we have like where we can use this one in real time, if you'll ask. Let's say uh, okay, I'm writing simply where name is equal to, here I'm giving as my name only, Danish. Okay, now I have a condition. If I'll explain you about if, what exactly if is, if you're not familiar with the if. So this is one expression here. It will take just one expression, but before that I'm going to show you here that name dot find okay index of, let's say if you are searching for something which is not inside that, okay, it will return you -1. Okay, so z is not in this word. Let's say if you are looking for d, so d is at place here 0. If you are looking for a, so that is at place here index wise 0 and 1. If you are looking for s, that is at fourth index 0 1 2 3 4. So it will return you the index value. Let's say if I'm saying here if console.log this character or letter, we can say, is present at index, okay, here I'm going to simply write that Let's say if I'm saying search for this indexes, so it will simply say okay. I missed that part. Again, what I have,
Console spelling is wrong.
one second. Okay, so this letter is thank you actually. Here, if I'm looking for S in that word, so that is at place of 4. What if I'm looking for A? So here also I need to change. So that is index 1. Then now if I'm looking for D, let's see what is the output here now. You are not getting anything, because here it is returning 0, and 0 is in the list of falsy values. And here, if you will write any expression inside if, that will be evaluated into a Boolean value. So 0 is what? Falsy. So if it is false, it will not go inside that. So here in this case, what you can do is simply you can use this operator. Okay. So now it is giving you the correct result. What here it is doing when you are getting the number, I'm going to show you. See here. Here you have 0. If you will just write like this, it is giving you -1. Okay. And a letter which you are looking for here, let's say Z. So Z, if you will search for this one, so is coming as -1. So -1 is the to the value, because that is not in the list which I have shown you yesterday. So if you'll write -1, it will come inside. But instead of that, if you're going to use this one, it will convert this -1 into 0, and 0 is the falsy value. So it will not allow you to execute that line. Is that clear? So in that case, you can just, this is one scenario I'm giving you that you can use. Okay. So
Sir,
in
this is in the case of string only, na? If we include array, then this cannot be valid. Hello.
I didn't get you. No, for array also we can do, but there is another way that we can do. Okay, for that also. Okay, this is one scenario just I'm giving you with the string. But if you have like a array, in that also we can do, but there is another way that we can do.
Okay.
Okay, but in this case, you see how this operator is useful. Okay. Now, another thing here we have, that is left shift operator. Anyone knows about this? If you are writing, let's say 8, 2, what will be the output? Anyone knows about this?
30,
Sorry,
maybe 32.
is 32, but how?
First it convert binary,
4
then
into 4. Yeah,
Yeah, first it will convert
that is
binary.
one.
That is like absolutely right.
then it's shifted, depends upon operator, left or right by 2. Then it convert again decimal. I miss this is the process.
Exactly. So if you'll convert this value, let's say, okay, so 8, if you will convert in binary, you are getting 1 0 0 0, isn't it? And the second one is saying shift this one towards left by its position. You can say how many positions are given there? By 2 bits actually. So I'll show you here how exactly it is going to work. Okay. Now let's say here we have a box. Oh shit. Let's say here we have one box. Okay. And the value here we have 8 left shift 2. Okay. Now the binary value for 8 is 100, isn't it? So let's say here we have 1 0 0 0. Okay, fine. So what I'm saying, shift this value, okay, towards left side, and the position is, you can say, 2. So what will happen, 1 and 0, if I'm saying, how many zeros are there after that? 2. So if you will shift, let's say this is a box, okay, if you will shift the leftmost bit like by its position 2, so that is going outside. So here we have 2 empty spaces, so that you need to replace with again 0. So the final output you can see here, that is 1, and then how many zeros are there? 5 zeros. If you are shifting, okay, simply if you can say 1 0 0, okay, and you are shifting by one position here, 1 is coming here, then here you have 0 0 0. Okay, then this 0, if you'll shift here, you will have 0 0 and 0. So like that you need to shift one by one. So here you have, if you are shifting this one, let's say these two values are going outside the box, so we have 2 empty places, so those 2 empty places you need to replace with 0. So final value here we have, that is 150, you can say 1 lakh simply. So let's try this one here. You got my point, how it is working? Got it? Okay. So likewise, if you'll shift this one by 3, you are getting 64. So here what you need to do, just you need to, if you'll shift left side by 1 bit, you need to add 1 0. So that is 64. Okay. So how it is working, you can see, but the formula is also there for this one. Simply, if you want to calculate without converting these things into binary, what you can do for left shift operator, here we have one formula that you can use. Simply, so whatever value you have, whatever value you have, that you need to write. Let's say here we have 8, okay, into 2 to the power, how many positions you have to shift? That is 2. So 8 into 2 into 2. So this is 32. In this case, if you have, let's say, 8 shift by 3, so what you have to do, simply 8 into 2 to the power, base will be 2 because it is converting into binary. So 8 into 2 to the power 3 is also 8. You will get 64. This is a simple formula that you can use. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's say now if I'm giving you here one thing, let's say 3, left shift 1, what will be the output? Simple,
6.
no? Yes, 6. How? 3 into 2 to the power 1, isn't it? Simply it will be 6. If you have, let's say, a bigger number here, we have, let's say, 11, and you have to shift it by 4. What will be the output? Or 3 or 2 only, because like you can calculate easily here. What will be the output? 11 into 2 to the power 2,
44.
44.
44. Clear? So that you can remember simply n into n is the number, okay, into 2 power of power, we can write like this, no? The number which you are passing, like how many bits you need to shift, that you need to pass here, let's say 2. Okay, so number here we have what? That is 11. So it is giving you 44. Okay, now we have right shift operator. Okay, right shift. So let's say here we have 3, right shift 1. So what will be the output? Anyone? It is 1. Let's say here you have this value 12, and you need to shift it by just 2 bits. You are getting here 3. How it is working? In the same way. Now here you need to just shift, as we were shifting on the left side, no, you need to shift on the right side. So let's see here. So we will see we have 16, no, 1 0 0 0 0. So 4 zeros are there. Okay, this one and 4 zeros, that is 16. And how many bits I need? Okay, here we have just 12, no? So okay, this is 1 1 0 0. Here we have, and we need to shift on which direction? In right direction, no? So we have right shift operator, and the bits positions are there, like 2 bits you need to shift here from right side. So just go to this box I'm going to create. Let's say here we have 1 1 0 0. Okay, 1 1 0 0 is there, that is equivalent to 12, and I have to shift it by 2 positions. So from right side, if you will shift, so 0 0 will come out, you will left with 1 1. So final value is 1 1. If you are shifting 2 positions, even though if you will add 0 before those numbers, there's no value, or there's no meaning of it. So simply I'm saying, if you will move these 2 values from right side, you will left with just 1 1. So if you'll write just 1 1, that is equal to 3. Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here also we have one formula that you can note down, that is, whatever number you are giving divided by 2 to the power, here you have to mention the position you have to shift. So let's say here we have 12 divided by 2 to the power, how many bits I need to shift? 2. So 12 divided by 2 into 2 will be 12 by 4, that is equal to 3. Okay. Now, if we have, let's say, 11 right shift 2, what will be the output? Or let's say here I have 16. Now this is easy to calculate, no? That's why I have given you. Sorry? Yes, exactly. So 16 divided by 2 to the power 2. So 2 to the power 2 is 4. So 16 by 4 is 4. Is clear? Everyone, this one is clear?
Yes, sir.
So why we call it as a bitwise, because all these operators are working on bits only. First, it is converting into binaries, then only performing these operations. So that's why this is known as bitwise operator, and all these operators are 32-bit binary numbers. Okay, means the operators, it is doing on operation on 32-bit binary numbers only. Okay, so we are done with the bitwise operator. If you have any question, you can ask.
So means go to index that means if you have a same number means just like means just like Shravanti, if in that name means 2a, and then what will be index of a? It will be repeating or means
that
it's
that
not
that
create duplicate value.
no, first one it will return, and actually that also we will take care of in the string and array methods when we will learn. No, then we will cover that one. Don't worry about that. Okay, arrays and string methods are there. One topic you can check in the course index. Okay, it is there. Then we will cover all those things. Okay, so do you have question, any question now that bitwise operator is very difficult to understand or anything like that? No questions? This silence is very confusing, whether you have already means understood each and everything or not.
No questions.
Oh, no questions, sir.
Okay, that's fine. Good. So now we are going to start the conditional statement. Okay, can we start now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. So now what if in your code, if you want to give some conditions, okay, then you have to write, like, let's say you have to check a certain conditions. What you will do for that, here we have a conditional statement. Okay, so let's say here I'm giving, first let me declare a variable called age. Okay, and age I'm giving here as 18. Okay, I'm giving here certain conditions because now we are aware of like how to use the operators. Simply, you need to write this. If I'm giving you the syntax, an expression here you have to give. Okay, any expression you can write, any expression, and then here you can write simply the executable part. If this condition is true, okay, whatever expression you are going to pass, no, if that is true, because this expression will be evaluated in the boolean. Do remember these things. So in boolean, how many possibilities are there that we will get? How many values are there in booleans? Either true or false. So whatever expression you are giving here, that will be evaluated on the basis of just like that relational operator we have seen. Either you will get true or false. If this expression is true, then only it will allow you to go inside that if block. If you have just one statement, okay, just one statement, statement one, let's say it, then there is no need to add this curly brace after this, okay. And if you have like multiple lines, statement 2 semicolon, statement 3 semicolon. So what will happen if you have no curly brace? It will check the condition here, whatever expression you are giving, it will evaluate based on the result. It will execute this one. If it is true, then only it will execute. And after that, whatever you have the line after this, it will execute. But if you will put this curly brace like this, okay, then what will happen, if you have more than one statement, okay, to be executed inside the if block, then only you need to put this curly brace. So it means once this condition is satisfied, then only these three statements are going to be executed. Okay, is that clear? So now we will see the example. Let's say here we have if I'm saying age, simply age. What will be the output? I'm adding here one. Let's say good, or here simply I'm writing 1, 2. What will be the output? Anyone can tell me? I said if this is true, this is one expression. It is going to evaluate, and on which basis is it is going to evaluate? On the Boolean. Okay. Finally, whatever value you have, it will try to convert into a Boolean. It will check the just falsy and true the value. You remember that? If it is true, then only it will come inside. Otherwise, it will not execute. So now you can tell me like whether it is true or false. What is inside age?
18.
Okay, 18. And what I said here, if you have any value, that will be evaluated on the basis of what? Boolean. So as per that Boolean value, true and falsy, 18 is true value or false?
True.
So it will execute, no? That's what I was asking. If you'll write simply age, so age is nothing but 18. Okay. Age is nothing but 18. So it is going to execute that. If you have simply, let's say age, and here I'm removing this block. Okay. Here I'm writing 0. What will be the output now? Anyone can tell me?
False, so it is not execute.
Sorry.
It is the 0 false.
Yeah, so output I'm saying, what will be the output? Anyone can tell me what will be the output?
Undefined.
No.
Error.
Anyone? This is very simple. If you are coding, at least in any language, at least you can answer this.
Undefined.
You will get 2 and then undefined. Just now I said here, if you do not have any block, okay, then the first statement immediately after the if block will be considered as that if this statement is true, then only this block will be executed. And after that, each and every statement is like normal statement. Simply it will execute. Okay. So here, if you are passing 0, that is obviously false. Okay. Falsy values. So it is not going to execute this line. Okay. It will execute the next line after that. Okay, so if you have multiple statement, so this is one statement, this is another statement. So what you can do, simply you can wrap these two statements. If these two statements belongs from this if block, wrap this one. Then the JavaScript engine will understand that, okay, these two statements belongs to the if block. Clear, everyone? So if you have just one statement after if, curly brace is optional. You can add or you can simply leave that. Okay, let's say here we have this one. What will be the output if you are writing if 0 console.log 1?
Undefined.
Undefined.
Undefined you are getting, Now if you have 1, anyone?
1.
You'll get 1 because 1 is true the value, no? This is not false. Just here, see, whenever you have any value, just you need to compare what value is there and it is in falsy list or not. If it is not falsy, it is going to execute. Okay, anyhow that will be executed. So 1 is not in that falsy list, if you remember. So that's why it is going to execute. That is true, isn't it? So what I'm trying to say is, here you can check condition, and based on that condition, you can execute or you can allow the JavaScript engine to do whatever you want to do here. You can write it. You can pass some instruction that you have to do if this condition is satisfied. Okay. So for that purpose, we use this conditional statement. Okay. Now, and as I said, if you have just one statement to be executed based on this condition, then no need of curly brace, that is optional. And even you can write, no problem. If you have just, if you are very confused with that, you can write simply like this, it will execute, simple. Okay. But always try to use this curly brace when you have multiple statements to be executed inside the if. Okay. Now, here I'm going to define var, okay, name. Here I'm giving it as a student. Ravi. Okay. Then I'm giving a condition if. Okay. So here you can check simply if you'll write, so not name, a student. So what is the value inside a student right now?
Ravi. String.
So Ravi is what?
String.
That is a string.
Yes, sir.
So Is that empty string? No, no. So this is true.
True.
So if you are writing here like this, empty string, this is false because that is falsy value. But Ravi is like this, no?
Yes. It's a true.
It's a true. So simply if I'll write a student, everyone is getting or not? Console.log means just print this one if it is true. Okay. Your name is comma and that a student name. Your name is Ravi. Okay. Now let's say here we have one variable called about prompt. Prompt you can use in browser. Okay, simply I'll show you what exactly prompt is, then I'll tell you what to do. Whenever you will execute this prompt, no, one pop-up will appear. In that, whatever string you will pass, okay, if you will press OK, it will return you that string immediately. I'm going to execute this one. If I'm typing like this, if you'll press cancel, you will get null. So null is true the value or falsy?
False.
Falsy value. So what I'm going to do is now here simply I'm going to use what? Prompt. And this is the browser feature, not the JavaScript. Prompt is coming. You can say that is a pop-up. So there is a JavaScript browser feature. So simply he was saying prompt. So whenever you will enter this one, no, this page says, and if I'm typing here, let's say Danish. Okay. If you will check now a student, so in a student, it is storing what? Danish. Now again, if you will execute this one, simply if you're typing something, if you'll cancel. So now if you will check a student, that will be null. Are you getting these things or not? Everyone, I'm asking.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So now what I'm going to do is here I'm going to pass one string and I'm saying enter the student name. Okay, or you can say it like this. Please enter the student name. What is saying here? The string which you are passing, that is appearing as a label. Okay, so label here you can see is please enter the student name. So now if I'm passing here as Ravi, okay, now you can check the value of a student is Ravi. Okay, see, now I'm going to do first what I'm doing. First I'm taking values, that is clear, and whatever value is inside that variable I'm checking here. If you are entering any student name, it will display the student name, otherwise it will not display. Clear? Just I'm going to press here, please enter the student name. So here I'm giving, let's say Rahul. Okay, I'll press OK. So when I press OK, it is displaying your name is Rahul. The same code I'm going to execute again. And here I'm not entering anything. Just I'm going to press cancel. It is not executing. See, you are not getting anything. Here you are just passing like this, empty string. Okay, your name is empty string. So empty string means that is not actually empty string. You have two characters here, that is double quote and double quote. Okay, now if you will not pass anything here and you will press OK, that is empty string. So that's why here you are not getting any value. Is that clear? So I'm giving one condition here simply and I'm checking. Another condition also we can here check. Please enter your age. And here I'm giving a condition like if age is greater than 18. Okay. If greater than 18, I'm saying, then I'm writing here it as you can vote. Fine. Now I'm going to give here, see, actually now here you will see what is happening. I'm going to pass, let's say 45. If I'll press OK, what is going to happen?
Can vote.
Sorry,
You can vote. Print will come.
see the code first. Is that correct or not?
Condition be given. Age 18 means can print. You can vote.
Here we have a student
Ah, okay.
and
Okay.
here we have age.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry. Okay.
Age is not defined, you are getting, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
So now what I'm going to do is simply, first I will write here age. Now if I'll give 45, then tell me what will be the output. Anyone?
You can vote.
You can?
Vote.
Can vote.
Are you sure?
Mm.
Yes, you can vote. But actually, if you will check here age, okay, that is a string, not a number. Okay. So whenever you are trying to compare, let's say 45 is greater than 56. What is happening? It is first converting this one into numbers. Even though if you are passing what? A string. So here in prompt, whatever you will pass no as a value, that will be a string. Okay. So this operator is going to just convert this string value into number because you are comparing it with what? Number. That algorithm, as I said yesterday when I was explaining the relational operator, then I said like I will explain you how actually it is working in coercion part. Okay, type conversion part. Anyway, so this will work. But here we have just one condition. Like if this condition is satisfied, here I'm writing simply you can vote. What if you have to give some alternate message? Then you have a else block. If this is true, execute this one. Else if it is not true, then you have to execute the another block, that is else block. Okay. Here simply I can write, let's say sorry, you cannot vote or you are not eligible for vote. You cannot vote. Okay. Now I'm going to press this one. Let's say here I'm passing 18. What will be the output?
You can vote. No, sir.
What will be the
Sorry, you cannot vote.
You
wha-
cannot vote
why?
It's not equal.
because we are using only greater than operator.
Yeah, so here we will get 18 is greater than 18 is false, isn't it? So sorry, you cannot vote because here we are comparing age value is 18 and 18 is greater than 18 is false. What if I'll give this one greater than equal to, and if I'll pass 18 now,
You can vote.
You can vote.
yes, obviously you can vote. Okay, so this is all about the conditions, conditional statement. Based on the condition, it is going to execute the blocks. So if it is true, then it will execute the if block. Okay, if it is false, it is going to execute the else block. Fine. What if you have multiple conditions? Okay, multiple conditions means here we can write, let's say I'm going to clear this one. If age is greater than equal to 18, and here I'm giving one condition, and okay, and age is less than 30. Okay, another condition here, you can play cricket. Okay, another condition again I'm going to give here, as if, simply I'm writing if age is greater than equal to 30 and less than 45. Okay, you can play chess. Okay, simply I'm writing something else for now. Now I'm going to press here enter. Let's say if I'm giving here it as 30. Okay, what will be the output?
You can play cricket.
You can play chess.
Are you sure?
Um,
You can play cricket.
yes, I am sure.
Can play
That second
chess.
one, you can play
You
chess.
can play chess. How
Yeah.
about you can play cricket?
No, it returning false value actually.
You can play chess. Fine. Okay, okay. Now let's say if I'm giving here, if I'll cancel, then anyone?
Something else.
Something else.
If I'll press OK, then
Something else come.
okay, something else here we are getting. Now what I'm going to do, if age is greater than, okay, and less than 31, I'm saying. Okay, now if I'll type age as 30, what will happen?
Can play cricket, sir.
You can play cricket.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
No, sir. I think both value come. You can play cricket and you can play chess.
Why
You can
so?
play cricket.
Okay. Tell me how many of you are saying that it will come, you can play cricket and you can play chess.
Can play cricket, sir.
Simply like just one output will come or two?
Only one.
Sir.
Only one. Who's saying that you can play cricket and you can play chess is right. You know why? Here we have two if. This is different if condition, and from here to here is different. You know, if you want to combine these two conditions, you have to put here else. Okay. What you have to do is you have to simply say, if this condition is satisfied, it will execute. It will skip each and every block. If you'll put here else. Okay. If this is satisfied, it will not look for the another if statement. If this is not satisfied, then else this will go for the this if condition. If this is also not satisfied, by default it will go for the else block. Now see, I'm going to enter 30, the same value. Now tell me the output here. In the above code, if you will observe here, we have one condition. If age is greater than or equal to 18, okay, and age is less than 31. So age value was 30. So 30 is greater than 18, true. 30 is less than 31, true. So it will execute this. And then here again, we have another if block. There is no else. So it will come here again and it will check here, same thing.
You can play cricket. Come here.
Sorry.
You can play cricket only. Come.
Yeah. So no, that will come here now.
Yeah. This
But
will.
in the previous case, I was saying
Yep.
that this if and else is a separate if condition, and here we have another if condition. So make sure when you are combining multiple if, you need to place, if you have immediately like one if, another if, then you have to place one else also, as I'm doing here. If this is true, execute this block, else go for the next if block, else again you can go for the another if block. Like that you can combine multiple if blocks, and at the end this is optional, either you can keep or you can remove this one. So now in this case you will get just you can play cricket, because only one if block you can execute at a time if you are writing like this. Okay. Now let's say mm, here if you have like this multiple if and else block, no, if age let's say age is greater than 18, or let's say here simply I'm saying age is double equal to 18. Just I'm comparing if this is equal to this, and if age is double equal to 45. We have not learned about these things, double equal to and triple equal to, but just one scenario I'm giving you. So here it is doing just comparison. In this case, you can understand that's the only point here. Just I'm comparing. We will see in deep how exactly it is behaving, and it will work in different cases. But now, if age is equal to exact value, I'm checking is 18, you can play cricket. Okay. Or here, instead of that, I'm going to make this one as meaningful channel. Channel number. So if it is, let's say 1, okay, you are watching Star Sports, like that, kind of remote. Okay. So here, let's say if you'll press, like in mobile, sometimes if you'll dial to the customer care, no, you'll get one option called like press 1 for English, press 2 for Hindi, press 3 for Telugu, like that. So let's say here you have one condition like that only. So if this value is equal to this one and this one, you are watching, let's say, Z News. Or something else here. I'm going to keep one more block I can take here, just copy and paste. If channel number 3, you are on, let's say, Z Cinema. Okay. So here we have 1, 2, 3, like that. Based on the channel number, whatever you are going to here pass, you will get the result. Let's say if I'm passing 1, what will be the output?
You're watching Star Sports.
Okay. Let's say if I'm going to pass 12,
Something else.
something else. Then if you have like this, see, just multiple options, you have multiple if statement if you're using, in that case, based on the like selection kind of thing, then you can go for the switch. Okay, we have one option called switch. So what I'm going to do is, instead of using this, okay, simply I'm going to write here switch, and switch is also kind of if only, it will check condition, and here you need to pass the expression. Any expression you can pass, that will be evaluated over there. So here simply I'm going to write the channel. So whatever value you are going to pass, it will accept there. Okay. So, but it is not going to convert that one into Boolean. Whatever value you will pass, it will accept, and it will check the condition. So here you need to open this switch, and instead of multiple if and else block, you can simply type case, then value. So value, let's say if you are pressing 1, then you have to give 1 colon. Copy this one. You can write like this, or in next line also you can write like this. Okay, same thing you can do here now. Copy and paste. Okay, so if someone is typing 2, means channel number, 3, Z News, let's say here. Okay, fine. I'm going to remove this one. Here we have this block also, else block. So else block you can do like this. If you are pressing something which is not available, or you are choosing some option which is not available, then you can simply do like this. You can write here default, okay, and then simply colon, okay. So based on the cases, it is going to execute that particular block. But here, one more thing you need to do, okay. Here, I'm taking the channel values, and based on that selection, if you're passing one, it will check which case is there. One by one, it will check, and in that particular block only, it is going to execute that one. Okay. So let's see here what will happen right now. If I'm giving here, let's say 12, what will be the output? Is there any case with that number?
No.
So what will be the output? Default one, something else, isn't it?
Yes.
If I'm passing here one, let's say 3, then
This cinema.
sorry,
This cinema, sir, you are watching.
you are watching Z Cinema. What you are getting? Something else. Whenever you are using switch, no, types actually matters. So whatever value here you are getting, that is in a string format. Okay. So if you will write these values in a string, okay, like this, because if you are typing 2, that is a string 2. If you are typing 1, that is a string 1. Let's see here now. If I'm pressing 1 or 3, last time I typed 3. So you are getting something else, but this time you are watching Z Cinema as well as something else. Okay, excuse me. Now if I'll press 1, no, you'll get all those values. You are watching Star Sports, you are watching Z News, you are watching Z Cinema, and then something else. So what you have to do after each and every case, when you are done, you need to break the switch statement. Means it will stop there and it will come out from there. Okay, come outside the switch case. So you need to break each and every case when you are done. Simply you need to use this one. Okay, and as you can see, default is the last. No need to use break. That is optional. Okay. Now, if you are giving 1, so you are getting just you are watching Star Sports. Okay. One more thing you can do here is instead of, and you have seen here how it is working. Now, if I'm passing here, let's say here we have 1, that is in number, not in a string. Give me 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, I'll complete this one. 1, 2, 3, and we are getting here this one in number. So if you want to change any string into number, simply the shorthand we know, you can simply add this unary operator. So now it will convert into number. If you're going to pass 2, you are watching Z News, because now if you'll check the channel value, that is 2 in number, not inside double quote or single quote. Okay, because here we are converting this end result, whatever we are getting, into number. Fine, one thing is done. Now, one more thing here we can do. Channel, and then I'm giving here +2. Okay, channel +2. Now if I'm pressing 1, what will be the output?
You can watch G Cinema.
You are watching Z Cinema, isn't it? Because The value for channel is 1 and 1 plus 2 is 3. So it will go for the third case. Okay. Now let's say if you have like this 2 plus 1. Okay. And here you are giving it as 1. What will be the output? Anyone?
Same one. You are watching G News.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Why it is taking Z News? Why not Z Cinema?
Actually, it just break when it's get true, then it's break. It cannot go to third condition.
Yes. It will start from the beginning. It will try to search here. See, I typed 1. So 1 plus 2 is 3. Okay. So this is 1. And this case value also will be evaluated if you'll write any expression like that. Okay. So 2 plus 1 is 3. So here 3 is matching here. So it will show you are watching Z News, and after that it will break and it will come outside. So it will not go for the next case, which is also 3. So this is one case that here in switch types matters. It will not evaluate each and everything in Boolean, but whatever expression you are passing, that will be evaluated. Okay. And final result, whatever you are getting, that will search here. You can search for a string also, you can search for number also. Okay. Now, what if you want to group like this? Okay, like this. Let's say I'm saying if you're passing 1 or 2, in both of the cases, you will get the same result. So you can group like this. Okay. If I'm passing 1, you are watching Z Cinema because here this expression is there. 1 plus 2 is 3. So the third statement or the third case you can say is getting executed. So I'm going to remove this one. We'll make it simple. I'm going to pass 1. So in this case, you are watching Z News. If I'll press 2, then also you will get you're watching Z News. So these are the possibilities that you can go with the switch statement, and you can do this. When to use switch? When you have multiple if statement, okay? Then you have to use switch. One more thing. Let's say if someone is just trying to put this one on top, okay? If I'm just typing 3, what will be the output? Anyone? Any idea? Like it will give you are watching Z Cinema. Okay, there is no change. Again, I'm going to type 5. What will be the output?
Something else.
No. Here you are getting something else as well as you are watching Z News. You know why? Because here we do not have break statement. So it will not check any cases after that default, because default is the last statement. So whenever you are doing this, no, this kind of crazy thing, so always try to add here one break. Okay. And now see here, if I'm passing 1, you are watching Z News. And if I'm passing 5, you are getting something else. Okay. So it is better always to put this default thing at the end. Okay. In the interview also, they might ask you what will happen if I'll keep this default on top? You can, but always remember that break is mandate. So this is all about switch and conditional statement. Okay. Any question? Anyone?
Sir, sir, actually, in our cases, we are not using switch. Mostly if condition only we are using because we are using database as an insert means we are integer will take 0 initially and if greater than
Your voice is not clear, Anil, actually.
okay now sir now sir
Yeah, I can hear you now. It's better.
sir actually we are not using switch mostly we are using if condition only
Yes. Okay.
because we are using some insert in database some records.
Okay.
That time we'll take I integer I is initially 0. Then after that, if it is greater than that record is added, it is result will successful.
Okay. That also you can use, but here I'm giving you one scenario that you
Okay,
can use this if
okay,
you want. If you have any like use case that where you can use this switch,
okay,
so
okay.
always go for this one.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Any question, anyone? So always remember that inside switch we can pass any expression and that will be evaluated. If you'll pass 2 into 3 plus 5 minus 6, so it will first calculate and then whatever value is there, it will try to check, and based on that, it will means select that case, particular case. So you can play with this one like here and there, just you can add something, but most of the thing I have explained you here.